I call Gregory Stafford.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker. Today's debate on the disastrous impact of the Labour government's policies that are having on my constituency of Farnham and Borden, which includes Hazelmere, Liphook and the surrounding villages, is timely. My inbox is filled with complaints and concerns from small family businesses about the impact. Small and family businesses are not just places to shop or to buy things, they are the backbone of our economy and the lifeblood of our communities. Across the United Kingdom, they provide almost 14 million jobs and contribute an amazing £575 billion to our economy. Yet under this Labour government, these businesses are under siege. Labour simply does not understand business. It sees businesses as nothing more than a cash cow to fund its endless state expansion. For nearly a century, my grandparents and my great-grandparents before them dedicated their lives to Stafford's shop in Hazelmere, and they would be horrified to see this government's full-scale assault on family businesses. This family business tax, Labour's reckless cap on business property relief, will decimate family-run enterprises, breaking them apart when they should be passed down to the next generation. In the Surrey side of my constituency, we are fortunate to have two thriving market towns, Farnham and Hazelmere, which are hubs of entrepreneurialism and independent enterprise. Businesses such as Hamilton's Tea Room, Borelli's Wine Bar, Farnham Homes, Kilnside Farm Shop and Elphick's, one of the last remaining British family-owned department stores, they have been the cornerstones of our high streets for generations. Similarly, in Hazelmere is home to our Miles and Sons, Good Horse Saddlery and David's Menswear. Together, these 8 businesses alone have had a presence on our high streets for a total of 439 years. Given that the Family Business UK has warned that these policies would cost 125,000 jobs, will the government reconsider its stance before it is too late for these businesses? Meanwhile, on the East Hampshire side of my constituency, World Choice in Liphook has been a family-run travel agency since 1971, and Hogmore Distillery, though newer, is an outstanding artisan gin and liquor company based in the heart of the former military town of Borden. These businesses, like so many across the country, are already being squeezed by Labour's misguided economics policies, with increased business rates and tax burdens making it harder to survive. But where Labour misunderstands business, it actively despises the countryside. This government is rurally illiterate. It does not care about rural jobs, rural businesses, or our rural communities. The family farm tax, Labour's assault on agricultural property relief, is a direct attack on farming families who've worked the land for generations. Bob and Ros Milton of Kilnside Farm, who expanded their business with a farm shop under the support of the previous government, now face closure due to these rising costs. Similarly, Matthias Nursery had hoped to pass their business to the next generation, but now fears this will be impossible. And likewise, my campaign for local pubs and heritage clubs has seen me do a pub crawl across the constituency. I've currently visited 17 of the 56 pubs. Everything must be done in moderation, Madam Deputy Speaker. And I've had invaluable conversations with landlords. Carl from the Nelson pub in Farnham highlighted the importance of zero-hour contracts for his employees, including a staff member who also works as a paramedic and relies on the flexibility that these contracts employ. Yet, Labour's Employment Rights Bill, which bans them, is going to impose a £150 cost on his business. Yes, I will give way.
Grateful to him for giving way. I mean, we acknowledge that what the bill actually says is that no one should be forced onto a zero-hours contract. It is not the case that someone who wants that flexibility will be denied it.
Well, I thank the honourable member for intervening, and I understand that he's gone through line by line. But the reality is these businesses who are reporting to me and who apparently also speak to him are seriously concerned about this. And I take him to our villages, including Churt, Tilford, Passfield and Headley Down, where the village shop and the pub are the heart and soul of our tight-knit communities. But Labour is simply making them harder to survive. Madam Deputy Speaker, I ask this government, why is the government, which is supposedly focused on growth, causing businesses in my constituency to downsize, to sell up and to move out? These policies are not just misguided, they are ideological. Labour's hatred of business and the contempt for the countryside are now enshrined in policy. Since their election, the government has accepted £5.6 million in donations from trade unions, and it is no wonder then that their policies prioritise union interests over business interests. The Business Secretary apparently met with trade unions every 3 days in the first 3 months in charge, yet where is the same access for small businesses? Conservatives believe businesses are the engines of growth. To grow our economy, we must create jobs, drive innovation and foster prosperity. That is why we are calling for the reversal of Labour's family farm tax, their crippling jobs tax and the reduction in business rates release. When will the government acknowledge that its policies are driving up the cost of living, not reducing it? While this Labour government continues its war on businesses and the countryside, I would like to finish by extending my deepest thanks to the incredible businesses across Farnham, Haslemere, Liphook and Borden that truly are at the heart of our community's social and economic fabric. The Conservative Party will always stand up for family businesses, for farmers and for our rural communities to ensure that they can thrive, create jobs and, especially important, pass on their legacies to future generations.